Based on the comprehensive document provided on the EDPB Guidelines on Deceptive Design Patterns in Social Media Platform Interfaces, version 2.0, adopted on the 14th of February 2023, this article aims to delve into the intricacies of deceptive design patterns, their implications for GDPR compliance, and practical recommendations for social media providers and designers. Understanding deceptive design patterns. Deceptive design patterns, often referred to as dark patterns, are manipulative interface designs employed on social media platforms to influence users into making decisions that may not be in their best interest, particularly concerning their personal data. These practices exploit cognitive biases to steer users toward actions that benefit the platform, often at the expense of user privacy and autonomy. Categories of deceptive design patterns. The EDPB guidelines identify 6 main categories of deceptive design patterns that social media platforms use. Overloading. Bombarding users with excessive information, requests, or choices, making it difficult for them to refuse data sharing. Skipping. Designing interfaces in such a way that users overlook or forget about data protection aspects. Stirring. Influencing user choices through emotional manipulation or visual nudges. Obstructing. Hindering users' efforts to access information or manage their data effectively. Fickle. Employing inconsistent design elements that confuse users about the data protection controls. Left in the dark. Designing interfaces to hide information or control tools, leaving users uncertain about the data processing. Implications for GDPR compliance. These deceptive practices pose significant challenges to GDPR compliance, particularly concerning the principles of transparency, fairness, and accountability. The GDPR mandates that users must be able to make informed decisions regarding their data, with clear, understandable information provided in an accessible manner. Deceptive design patterns directly contravene these requirements, potentially leading to sanctions by data protection authorities. Recommendations for social media providers. To mitigate the risks associated with deceptive design patterns and ensure GDPR compliance, the EDPB suggests several key strategies. Interdisciplinary teams incorporate diverse perspectives by involving designers, data protection officers, and decision-makers in the development process. Transparency and clarity ensure that all user interfaces and information are straightforward, avoiding misleading or manipulative tactics. Data protection by design and default integrate GDPR principles from the outset, designing interfaces that naturally encourage privacy-friendly choices. Best practices and use cases refer to the guidelines' best practices and specific use case recommendations to avoid common pitfalls in interface design. Conclusion. The EDPB guidelines on deceptive design patterns in social media platform interfaces represent a crucial step toward enhancing online privacy and data protection. By identifying harmful practices and offering actionable recommendations, they provide a roadmap for social media platforms to align their interfaces with GDPR requirements, ultimately empowering users to make more informed and autonomous decisions regarding their personal data.